Hi, my name is Ben Schlater, and welcome to the Beginner Drum Lesson Part 1. In this course, we're going to take an in-depth look at everything you need to know to get started in drumming. We'll look at everything from how to sit at the drums, how to find the right height, how to hold and throw the drumstick. We'll start to build your drumming vocabulary with rudiments, beats, and fills. In addition, I'll show you how to break down beats and give you some tips to practice and a few tools to practice as well. As a final project, I've included play-along tracks that have drums and then tracks that don't have drums, so that you can play along with the other instruments and then test your skills by playing along with the drumless tracks and see if you can make the drums fit in. Let's get started. First, let's go over the names of the instruments in front of us. We have the bass drum, snare drum, the rack tom. Some people may have an extra tom here, or here, or here. Floor tom. The two cymbals that are on the foot pedal, called the hi-hat. Crash cymbal. And the ride cymbal. When you sit down at the drums, you should be sitting so that both feet are touching the floor. So make sure you're sitting up straight and you're not arching over. Our body works better when we sit straight up, and our lungs can get as much air as possible. You don't want to sit too low so that your legs are up at an angle like this, but try to have them flat or maybe down a little bit. Whenever we sit down to play, we want to make sure that we're as relaxed as possible and our body is as tension-free as can be. That starts with us sitting down at a comfortable height, making sure that our legs have no tension and that they fit on the pedals without you having to turn your legs or your body at all. Again, you want to make it just a natural position. And that extends to our arms too. To find the right playing height for the rest of your drums, sit down, bend your elbows so they're roughly at a right angle. They could be a little obtuse, but we never want to make it an acute angle because that'll increase tension. So find a right angle or slightly obtuse angle, and then put a drumstick in your hand. The drumsticks should touch the snare drum and the floor tom without you having to move down at all. I can keep the same angle in my arms and touch both of these drums. If I have to make any adjustments, I can do that with the hardware on the drums. If you need help setting up your drum hardware, check out my video, How to Set Up Drum Hardware and Drum Tuning. But once these are at the right height, you want to make sure the other instruments are equally as comfortable to reach. Just moving your arm a little bit should allow you to reach it. By rotating our body and our arms, we should be able to reach every instrument in front of us. Most music that we listen to has a steady beat, and all the rhythms that we hear in that music come from dividing that beat in a few different ways, and then also adding rests, which means that we're not playing on some of those beats. This exercise is meant to develop your sense of a steady beat and how to divide that beat without losing track of it. Again, I recommend using headphones for this, and once we have the metronome set to 40 beats per minute, we'll play right along with those, and when we play one time for every count, we call that quarter notes. When we're playing slow, it's very helpful to subdivide, like we did earlier, counting faster than we're playing to keep a more steady beat. Everything we play in this exercise will be done using the single stroke roll, one time using each hand, and it sounds like this. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we're going to play 2 times for each beat, and we're going to play what we were counting during the quarter notes. We call these eighth notes, and it would sound like this. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next, we'll divide each beat into 3, and these are called triplets, and they would sound like this. Ready, go, lolly. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 4 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 lolly. Notice when we play triplets that the beginning of each count lands on a different hand. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 4 lolly. This is the first rhythm we've seen that does this. But anytime we have an odd grouping of notes on a beat, the same thing will happen. And lastly, we're going to divide a beat into 4, called 16th notes. And it would sound like this. Ready and a go, E and a 1, E and a 2, E and a 3, E and a 4, E and a 1, E and a 2, E and a 3, E and a 4, E and a 1, E and a 2, E and a 3, E and a 4, E and a 1, E and a 2, E and a 3, E and a 4, E and a. Our goal will be to play from one to the other without stopping. Using the steady beat division sheet that comes with this course, play along with me and we'll do each one of those divisions 4 times before moving to the next. 1, 2, and ready, and go.
And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 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 and 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 4 lolly, 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 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1.
You may have noticed that the 16th notes may have been the easiest to play. The more reference points we have, the more easy it is to keep a steady beat. And again, that's why we subdivide the beat. We have to be careful because the more notes we play, the tendency is to try to play faster. And conversely, the less notes we play, we tend to slow down. So subdividing the beat and counting is a very important tool.